Hello everybody and welcome back to part 4 of our WrestleMania dream card. This is my dream card for WrestleMania, and we are kicking it off. We are starting off with the Universal Championship on the line. Here comes the monster among men.
Title changes hands.
But here he would be, in my opinion. Who's he facing? In my opinion, what will happen in real life? I think this will happen in real life at WrestleMania this year. I have a feeling it. But this is what I'd book. Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. I just believe this would be a really good match. I could see this being a really good match. Now here's the thing. Braun Strowman would have to beat Brock Lesnar. Like, there's no doubt about it. He'd have to beat Brock Lesnar. But it is what it is. So here we go. Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. I do think this is what they're going to book. I think that Braun Strowman is going to win the Royal Rumble this year. That's my pick, my Royal Rumble pick. And I think Brock Lesnar will win the title back from Roman Reigns. I don't know when, maybe at the Royal Rumble or something. And I think that would be how you set up Braun and Brock at WrestleMania. And then you have Braun obviously win the title at WrestleMania, which would be great. That way Brock's only champion for a month. So you're only making Brock champion for the match. You know, you're not, you know.
What can we expect from the challenger?
But I know everyone doesn't, not a lot of people want Brock to be champion again, and I get it. But he would only be champion for a month. You know, let's say he won it at Elimination Chamber, we could say. You know, because Brock Lesnar has never been in an Elimination Chamber match. I didn't know that. I thought he had been in at least one, but he's never been in an Elimination Chamber match. So why not put him in an Elimination Chamber match? Like, I think that would make Elimination Chamber exciting if Brock Lesnar was in the match. You know, could you just imagine the destruction? And you don't even have to have him in it that long. Like, have him come in last.
Until there's nothing left.
Don't have him do that much, and then just have him come in and just destroy everyone and win the title. Like, and then it could be him and Roman at the end. Maybe someone, aka maybe a Dean Ambrose or a, you know, could screw him out of the title. But I don't know. I just really hope that they're not planning on booking Brock versus Roman again in WrestleMania. Like, I could see them doing that. I could see them being that desperate.
Byron, Brock Lesnar is a destroyer.
Like, I don't know what else they would do with Roman. Like, maybe could you see about getting The Rock
like we've never
at WrestleMania and booking Roman Reigns and The Rock?
No need for
like, people don't like Roman Reigns, I get that, but that would be a selling match because, you know, turn Roman Reigns heel, though. You have to turn Roman Reigns heel because no one's booing The Rock. Let's be honest. You can wish that, but no one's booing the frickin' Rock. Especially against Roman Reigns. And The Rock, actually, that might be bad for Roman Reigns if he faces The Rock, because The Rock will cut, like, just great promos on him, and he'll just look horrible in that feud because of the promos alone. Because Roman can't cut right here. That's one thing I've learned. Roman cannot cut a promo to save his life.
Just a step quicker, it looks like.
So, that might not be good. For Vince might not want that.
Brock Lesnar sent shockwaves
you could do the
WWE
Shield triple threat,
you
know,
in 2002.
And
Lesnar became the
a lot of people
youngest
say, well, it
WWE
has to be for the
champion in
Universal title. It doesn't
history
have to be for
when
the
he beat the
Universal title. It really doesn't. Maybe you do a Shield versus...
That could be a game changer.
But I don't... Shield versus Undisputed Era, you bring up the Undisputed Era.
Kicking right here.
But Undisputed Era would have to win. Undisputed Era would have to win. There's no doubt about it. They would have to win that. Because, guess what? No one cares about the Shield anymore. The Shield are irrelevant. They were relevant back in 2013. They're irrelevant now. No one cares about the Shield. Except for 15-year-old boys and win him.
Put the sports entertainment world
Oh,
on notice
screw
when
you,
he
Paul.
returned to WWE in
Oh, God,
2012.
Paul!
And the fate of the
I don't think Paul Heyman would be able to do that, to be honest
in
with
the
you.
balance when Lesnar won it again in 2014.
I can't beat up Paul.
Brock Lesnar is considered
I'm beating
one
up
of the
Paul
greatest
Heyman.
combat sports athletes in
This is
history.
what you get, Paul.
Nothing will compare to
Paulie.
WrestleMania 30 when the Beast Incarnate became the one
Who's
going to
be the next Paul Heyman guy? That's the question.
Undefeated streak at the showcase of the Immortals.
What if
Strowman is taking no
Brock
prisoners
Lesnar,
right
Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar? Because, you know, Brock's been a heel for a while. Like, I think Brock could go as a face. I think you could do Brock as a face. Have Paul Heyman turn on Brock, join Braun Strowman, and have Brock as the baby face. Like,
You've seen this look before.
not a baby face, but a face that's willing to, you know, kick some ass, you know?
Man, Braun Strowman.
Because I think he would be a good baby face. I don't know.
That one.
Why are you putting that chair in, Paul?
Brock Lesnar's just getting overwhelmed.
You worried I'm going to beat your client?
There's the monster along man. Corey, look at the power. Oh,
but as I said,
we might be looking at a new champ here.
And that is
exactly
okay, Brock Lesnar kicking out.
Wow.
Here's the thing about Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. It would be like 10 minutes.
He doesn't appear to be in a hurry to get up here.
Because Brock doesn't like doing long matches, apparently. Like, look at every past match he's done so far. When was the last time he had a 15-minute, 20-minute match? When was the last time Brock Lesnar had one of those matches? Like, you know, the last match he had against Roman was like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. The other last match, the steel cage match, wasn't that long. The match at WrestleMania was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Bringing the action back into the ring.
You know? His matches against Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman were like 5-10 minutes. Like, the last time he had a very long match was probably WrestleMania 30 against WrestleMania 31 against Roman Reigns. Like, that's the last time I can remember him having a long WrestleMania, like a long match. Like,
can he finish him off here?
So, Braun Strowman and Brock probably wouldn't have a long match. Like, they'd have...
right now.
Oh, there we go. They'd have a 5-minute match, maybe? A 10-minute match? I'd want them to do 10 minutes. That way, at least it's a good main event. Oh, no.
Stops the count.
Really? But I think Braun versus Brock could be a good match. I think that a lot of people would like it. Now, Braun Strowman would have to be, unless you're doing Paul Heyman joining Braun Strowman, you have to have Brock as the heel. I don't get why they turned Braun heel. Like, why? Why did you turn Braun Strowman heel? You could have turned the Shield heel. Like, that's the thing. You should have turned the Shield heel. Like, Vince, like, oh, I can't stand that guy sometimes. It's like, come on. Why did you not turn the Shield heel? To me, Braun Strowman's not a heel. He's not a heel. He's a face to me. He should be the face of the company. Not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. But it is what it is. Yeah, Brock versus Braun in the main event. Braun winning the title in the main event, like, that would be huge. That'd be a huge time thing. I hate this. This is one of my least favorite parts of this game, is doing the chain wrestling or whatever. I hate this. Oh. It's annoying.
The offense of Brock Lesnar is working well right now.
This has been a long match. What the heck? Like, I'm on it. Oh. There we go.
Strowman. This is not going to be good at all.
Time to end this match.
The challenger simply
time for the monster among men
be denied.
to end it. Oh no, it's going to be a rope break. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Braun Strowman, your new Universal Champion. This has to happen at WrestleMania. If they're not going to let Braun Strowman have his moment at SummerSlam or whatever, it needs to happen at WrestleMania. Like, that's the only way you can do it. Like, yeah, I want him to win the title, like, as soon as possible. Any way to get the title off Roman. But him winning the title at WrestleMania would be awesome. To me, that'd be great. When was the last time they had a huge title change at WrestleMania? Like, for the world title or whatever. And it was a young guy coming out. You know? Seth Rollins? Like, back in WrestleMania 32? Or 31?
What a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. These guys look like a couple of hosses going on.
You know what I mean? So,
great match.
It is what it is.
Journey it has been to get to this WrestleMania moment. Absolute.
Coming up next, we have a dream match that I think everyone has. This is a match that I think is on everyone's list of dream matches. And if this were to ever happen at WrestleMania, people would buy this pay-per-view just for this match, I believe. And that match is AJ Styles. It's got to be AJ. It's got to be AJ Styles.
AJ Styles
versus... I wish they had newer Shawn Michaels in this game. Like, older Shawn Michaels, I get it. But I wish...
Shawn Michaels!
I wish they had older, like, newer Shawn Michaels. Like 2002 Shawn Michaels. 2008 Shawn Michaels. 2007 Shawn Michaels. You know what I mean? But I think they have the newer Shawn Michaels in the new game, which is good. Because I don't really like the old Shawn Michaels when it comes to when I do wrestling matches. Like, but this is going to be a big match. It is, as we know, Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles. This would be a dream match. Like, this would be anyone's dream match. Even if you're a young fan, this is a dream match. If you know how good Shawn Michaels, if you've seen Shawn Michaels, you would want this match. Now, there is some worry that it wouldn't be as good as people think it would be, because Shawn Michaels hasn't wrestled in 8-9 years. 8-9 years. It's 2010 was the last time this guy wrestled. So you got to believe if it happened, there would be a lot of ring rust. Now, granted, The Rock returned, wrestled, and kind of had some ring rust. But he had a really good match with John Cena at WrestleMania that year. You know, Brock Lesnar returned from wrestling, and he didn't have really any ring rust. Like, he was good. But it's been 10 years since Shawn Michaels... Well, not 10 years, but 8 years since Shawn Michaels has been in the ring. So, you gotta believe there would be some ring rust. And... Oh, what? Shawn Michaels... Oh, no. Is this how this WrestleMania match is going to start? Shawn Michaels being a heel? Shawn Michaels wouldn't be a heel in this match, obviously. You'd have to turn AJ to a heel. Oh, the Club versus DX?
Oh, man.
Billy Kid... that would be something special. That would be pretty good, I believe. I think that would be a pretty interesting feud. And then it caps off with Shawn versus AJ. You know what I'm surprised they haven't done? And now that I say it, they're probably going to do it. You know, they usually like to have Triple H face the next good young guy. Like the most over thing. I'm surprised they haven't had Triple H versus AJ Styles. Maybe not at WrestleMania, maybe not necessarily at WrestleMania, but anytime. I'm surprised they haven't done AJ versus Triple H, because I feel like Triple H would want that.
Man, this card is just packed with
so many great
matches, and this one is
always got to face the top guys at WrestleMania.
And it's worth noting that
Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns
from the WWE Performance Center, which means there are plenty of WWE hopefuls in the back studying this one.
Brock Lesnar, and then
He combines speed, agility,
So I'm
balance,
surprised.
and force,
I'm
all in
definitely
one
surprised
move. I think we got
they haven't done
here.
AJ versus
And for
Trips.
Shawn Michaels, what can
I'm
you
definitely
tell us?
surprised they haven't done
So
that
tell
yet.
us, oh, wise one. What's
It
he
would
gotta
make
do
sense,
to
I
win
guess. I guess it would make sense. If you were setting up a Shawn Michaels AJ Styles feud, maybe you have AJ versus Triple H at SummerSlam or something like that, or a Survivor Series. Because you gotta have Shawn versus AJ at WrestleMania. Like, let's be honest, that has to happen at WrestleMania. It's such a big match that if it doesn't happen at WrestleMania, like, it would be a great match wherever it happens. But if it doesn't happen at WrestleMania, it would be disappointing in a way, because that's when you expect such a great match to happen. So, that's at least my opinion. But yeah, this would be an excellent match in my opinion. Like, these two guys, Shawn Michaels is arguably the greatest wrestler ever. AJ Styles is arguably the greatest wrestler today. So, I mean, if you put these two guys together, they're going to put on a show. You know? But I think a lot of people want this as a match. This is a dream match everyone is wanting. Like, I don't care how old you are, this is a match that you want, because Shawn Michaels will be coming out of retirement. I mean, Shawn Michaels is going to be in the corner of Triple H at Old Super Showdown. So maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance we see Shawn wrestle again. And if he wrestles again, if he's wrestling one more match, it's got to be against AJ. If it's not against AJ, there's a problem. Because, I mean, Daniel Bryan, too. Like, I wouldn't be against Daniel Bryan versus Shawn Michaels either, because that was always been a dream match for a couple years for a lot of people. Since Daniel Bryan's been in the WWE, since he was trained by Shawn Michaels. But I want AJ versus Shawn. I wouldn't mind Shawn versus Daniel Bryan either. Honestly, if I was booking the WWE Championship, I'd have AJ versus Daniel Bryan. That's what I'd have. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. AJ as the heel. Because AJ has been face for a long time, like 2 years almost. So I think it might be time to turn him heel again. Like, I know no one's gonna boo AJ Styles. No one's gonna boo AJ Styles. No one in their right mind is booing AJ Styles. But if you're having a Daniel Bryan AJ Styles feud, AJ being the heel needs to happen. Like,
look at this.
So,
there's absolutely no wasted motion in this attack.
In my opinion,
had that one well scouted.
Like,
Styles looking to end this thing.
Gotta happen.
Styles crash.
I wanted to pin, but it didn't pin.
Can he do it here?
But yeah.
Well, I thought he had to pin for sure.
AJ versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania would be one heck of a show, and it would have to main event the show. Unless there's something else incredible. But you know what's funny? Roman Reigns would still main event, even if this match happened at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns would still find himself in the main event. Roman Reigns would find himself in the main event at WrestleMania if he was facing James Ellsworth. Let's be honest here. Like, even John Cena was not in the main event of WrestleMania that much. Like, let's count all the years John Cena was in the main event. 2006, okay, he was in the main event. 2007, he was in the main event. 2008, wasn't in the main event. 2009, wasn't in the main event. 2010, wasn't in the main event. 2011, wasn't in the main event. 2012, in the main event. 2013, he was in the main event. 2014, like, there were sometimes where he was in the main event for like 3 straight years. But like, most of the time, he's been in the main event of WrestleMania maybe like 5 times out of 15 years of being at WrestleMania. He has not been in the main event, but Roman Reigns has already been in the main event of WrestleMania.
You can't like his chances right now.
Think about this for a second. 3 times. Actually, 4 times he's been in the main event of WrestleMania.
This is his opportunity.
He's been in the main event of WrestleMania 4 straight years.
Could this be it?
Like, it's ridiculous.
1, 2.
Oh, God. No!
There's the pin.
Oh, my gosh. Shawn Michaels with the win. But I'm just saying, if this match happened, Roman Reigns would still find himself in the main event. But there you go. Shawn Michaels getting the win over AJ Styles. This would be a great match, let's be honest here.
Wow, huge
So,
pinfall win here tonight.
There we go, and my next dream match. Now, obviously this match will not happen. This is a guarantee it will not happen just because of circumstances. Kevin Owens versus Edge. I think this would be an incredible feud because both guys can just, and they're both Canadian, so, you know, there's a little bit of like in that. But Kevin Owens versus Edge, I think would be excellent. I would love that. I think that's where I'm disappointed. That's why I hate that Edge had to retire, is there's so many matches and feuds that he could have had that he's never going to be able to have now. We're never going to be able to see because of Edge having to retire. And that's what sucks. Like, Edge was just one of those wrestlers. Like, if you're too young to remember, like, Edge in his prime, like, in my opinion, he was one of the greatest. Not necessarily the greatest wrestlers, but the greatest storyteller, in the sense of, like, you hated the guy. Like, Edge was a perfect heel. Like, the guy was what a heel was. The guy was the best heel there is. You know, he just made you hate him. And even as a face, the guy is great. So, to me, Kevin Owens versus Edge at WrestleMania would be incredible. Now, I know it's never going to happen because Edge can't wrestle. Doesn't matter, he can't wrestle. Unlike Shawn Michaels, who doesn't have a potential injury, career-ending or life-threatening injury potential, he can still wrestle. He could still wrestle. Shawn Michaels, if he wanted to. Edge can't. So I know this match will never happen. That's why it's a dream card. But, you know, I would love if it happened. Like, if it could happen, I would love it. I would love it if it happened. But I know, sadly, it will never happen. A big-time Edge and Christian feud for the world title will never happen. That's one thing I always wanted, but never pulled the trigger on it. They were going to pull the trigger on it, but too late. They were going to pull the trigger on it, which sucks. But to me, this match would be good. This would be a good match. Two guys that are just great at what they do.
You may
Two
think
fantastic
you know the radar
heels.
Superstar, but you won't really know the ultimate opportunist
But
until he plants you
this
with
is a
his
match
spear,
I know
and by
won't
then,
happen.
It's too late.
I think we can
And
tell.
it's worth
We know
noting
it
that
won't
we are
happen.
just a few
Will never
miles from
happen.
the WWE Performance
Unless
Center,
something
which means
happens and
there are
Edge
plenty
gets
of
news that
WWE
he
hopefuls in
can
the
wrestle
back
again.
studying this one.
As much as I want that to be the case, and I would love
here.
that, that's not going to happen. I mean, we can all be hopeful and, you know,
Well,
and be like, hopefully one of these days Edge can wrestle again,
what
but
kind of attack, what kind
we
of
gotta be
tactics are
honest
going to help
with
him here
ourselves. It's
tonight?
not going to happen.
This has
Which
all the
completely
ingredients of an
sucks.
epic night.
Because
and I
Edge was
expect
one of
this
those
match to live
guys,
up to
like,
its billing. And
Edge
then
versus
some.
AJ Styles, Edge versus Kevin Owens, Edge versus Sami Zayn, Edge versus Seth Rollins. Like, there's so many matches that Edge could have had with some of these. Edge versus Finn Balor. Like, there's a lot of matches that could happen that aren't going to happen because Edge had to retire. But it sucks. It does suck that Edge had to retire when he did. But you know, it happens. That's the risk you take when you do WWE as a career, when you do wrestling as a career. There's a chance that your career won't last as long as you want it to.
That'll change his posture in a hurry.
But Kevin Owens versus Edge would be a great match if it happened. If it ever happened. Which it won't. But if it ever happened, like, it would have been great. It would have been a great feud. It would have been an excellent feud.
No part of the outside.
Edge versus Sami Zayn would have been an excellent feud, honestly. Because Sami Zayn is a perfect babyface. Like, to me, Sami Zayn could be a perfect babyface if they used him correctly. He could be like the next Daniel Bryan if they used him correctly, Sami Zayn. You know, instead of pushing him down. You know, but a Sami Zayn versus Edge feud would have been incredible. You know, but sucks we're not going to get that ever. But you know, it is what it is.
A clubbing blow.
Maybe Christian will come out of retirement. That'd be a great. Maybe a Christian versus Kevin Owens feud would happen. After this match, we have 3 matches left, and should be good. The next 3 matches should be pretty good. I mean, let's be honest, these next 3 matches are quite incredible.
A high-risk maneuver that works from that top turnbuckle.
It is what it is.
Oh, man, what a hit. Knocked right off the apron.
But Edge versus Kevin Owens would be a great match if it ever happened.
Incredible!
There's a bunch of guys that Edge could have faced that could have had great matches with if he had the chance. Like AJ Styles versus Edge. That would have been a great feud. Because AJ Styles is a great babyface and Edge is one of the best heels there is in the business. Was one of the best heels in the business. He was just a hateable guy. But at the same time, he was a likable guy because he was so hated. That's the thing.
Look out!
But it is what it is, I guess.
Kevin Owens setting it up. Pop-up powerbomb.
I could see them now. I wouldn't mind them. Oh, there we go. Kevin Owens with the win. Would Kevin Owens beat Edge in real life? Would they book Kevin Owens to beat Edge in real life? Who knows? But I think they need to bring Edge back. Obviously not as a wrestler, but as a GM or something. Like, Edge is a funny guy. Like, bring back Edge and Christian as GMs of SmackDown or Raw. They could play their kazoos, and it would be the greatest thing ever.
Here is your winner.
It would be just hilarious. Bring back Edge and Christian as GM of Raw or SmackDown. I don't care. Make Raw more entertaining. But it would be funny. Alright, next we have a match that might actually happen at WrestleMania. Like, if they can get the guy to do it, this might actually happen. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull this off. And that is The Rock returning to WrestleMania to face Triple H. I think this would be a great match. I think this would be I think people would love this because, let's be honest. We all want to see The Rock return and wrestle again because it's The Rock. Like, you always want to see The Rock come back. So, if The Rock came back, I'd be pumped. But The Rock versus Triple H, I think would be a good match. I think people would buy this match. I think people would buy WrestleMania for this match alone. Like, if this was the main event, if this was the, the selling point, like, buy WrestleMania because of The Rock versus Triple H, I think people would buy it. Because these two guys, they have history from back in the Attitude Era, and I think it would be a really good match, and I really think it would be a good match. And it'd be a good feud. Like, they could book it in the sense of Triple H keeps on trying to screw Roman Reigns out of his title. I don't get how they didn't have this, like,
The following contest
when Triple H kept on screwing Roman Reigns of the title? Like, why didn't they have The Rock come back and challenge Triple H or something like that at WrestleMania? Like, I could see it happening. Like, The Rock versus Triple H, I could see happening. Maybe it could happen, and it doesn't have to necessarily happen at WrestleMania. It could happen at SummerSlam too. The Rock versus Triple H. But it would be a good match. So let's go. The Rock, Triple H.
The Rock's a third-generation superstar, entertainment icon.
Now here's the question: who would people cheer for? Obviously, The Rock. You think people would cheer for The Rock to win? But there might be some guys that would cheer for Triple H.
One-on-one with a great one. Good luck.
But
aside from Saxton's commentary,
The Rock
this
versus
has
Triple H.
all the makings of an epic
Book it for
match.
WrestleMania.
And it's worth noting that we are just a few miles from the WWE
It would be
Performance Center, which means there are
match
plenty of
and a great
WWE hopefuls in the back studying this one.
I mean,
Well,
I've
on the
heard
topic of
rumors
The
that this
Rock
was
here,
something they
tell us
wanted to
your
do for a
thoughts.
while.
What do you expect his
Other
approach to
than
be
Rock
here?
versus
It's
Rock
still early,
Lesnar,
but I
The Rock
really
versus Brock
like
Lesnar,
his
which is another
chances
match
here
that I could see
He
them
certainly
doing.
looks more
If they
focused
brought
than I
back
remember
The
seeing him
Rock
in recent
for
weeks.
one more match,
Yeah, and if
it would be probably against Triple H or Brock Lesnar. That's my guess. Now, Roman Reigns is a possibility, but they couldn't do it without Roman Reigns being heel. There is no way that you could do The Rock versus Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns be the face. You couldn't do it. I don't think it would happen because Vince wouldn't pull the trigger. For some reason, he loves Roman as a face. But he wouldn't pull the trigger on a heel turn for Roman. So I don't see it happening. So it'd probably be Trips versus The Rock.
There it is.
Or Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. Either match would be pretty good. Like, I could see people wanting to see. The problem with Brock versus The Rock is, like, it wouldn't be that long. It wouldn't be that long of a match. I don't believe Brock Lesnar versus The Rock would be a long match. Like, maybe 10 minutes long at best. Like, Triple H and The Rock, I could see getting 20 minutes. And whatever, so, yeah, it is what it is. But this would be a great feud. The Rock versus Triple H. I'd love it. I'd be all for it. Personally, this would be a great feud, in my opinion. But I definitely could see. Now, here's the thing. I said it before. I'm surprised they haven't had Triple H versus AJ Styles. I'm super surprised they haven't had Triple H versus AJ Styles. Like,
I think we know what this is.
Super surprised they haven't had Triple H. So that's a match that you think they'd want to do.
Oh man, I thought he had him. He is not going to go down without a fight, Michael.
By the way, guys, we are so close to the release of WWE 2k18. Get excited. Honestly, get excited. This is the most excited. I've said this before, but this is the most excited I've been for a game since WWE 12.
There he goes.
I'm excited for this game. Like, really excited. But after this stream, I'm gonna go watch some football. My Giants play at 2 o'clock, I think, against the Saints. We're probably gonna lose. In fact, I put my money on the fact that we are gonna lose because Drew Brees is a beast.
Now inside the ring.
Drew Brees is amazing. And our offensive line is kind of garbage. Our offense is kind of garbage, which is surprising. You think with all the receivers we have, Odell, Sterling Shepard, you think that we'd have a great core offense, but our offensive line, not giving Eli enough opportunities not giving him enough time. Our defense is good. That's what I like. That Wynn guy, he's great. Like, he had a fantastic game against Houston. Fantastic game against Houston. I was really worried we were going to lose against Houston. I thought we were going to go 0-3. But then our offense finally clicked and we had a good game. So maybe, just maybe, we can have that type of game against the Saints today. But who knows? Also, Raiders versus Browns. My sister's a Raiders fan, and she's worried they're going to lose to the Browns. And honestly, I think she should be worried. You know, last year I would have said, don't worry. There's no reason to worry. But after last Thursday, when they faced the Jets, the Browns, and when the Raiders lost to the Dolphins, yeah, she should be worried. I mean, the Browns look crazy. It looks like they're serious. Like, the Browns aren't going to beat, like, big name teams like New England or they tied against Pittsburgh, but they're not going to beat Pittsburgh. I don't think they'll beat Baltimore. Even Cincinnati. That's me just being hopeful that they won't beat Cincinnati, because Cincinnati's my second favorite team. But I could definitely see them beating the Oakland Raiders, because the Oakland Raiders, like, Chucky, get your stuff together, Chucky. John Gruden, get your stuff together. Fix this Raiders team. You know, you pretty much destroyed this Raiders team by getting rid of Khalil Mack, which was the dumbest freaking thing any human being could have done. Like, the Oakland Raiders are gonna regret that for years.
Guys,
that's going to be on, you know, Sportsnet, like the biggest mistakes ever. Top 10 biggest mistakes ever. That's going to be one of them.
And it's coming very soon.
Trading away Khalil Mack just because you didn't want to give him up. Like, that's the point of the league, is you give your best players the best money.
Oh no, we've got
You know,
a problem here,
you don't
guys.
have any
kidding.
good players if you're not
What'll
giving your
happen
good players the big money. You know, that's kind of how it works. You know, if your team was winning the Super Bowl a lot, then you could be like, you know what, we don't need
Not
you.
where he wants to be
But
right now.
your team has made the playoffs once.
matches when you're
So,
down.
like,
Here we go a second
you
time.
kind of can't be like, oh, we'll get rid of Khalil Mack and we'll be good.
The game getting
You kind of need to keep on your
punished
best
right
defensive
now.
player and try
He's
and
going
win.
for the pin. This could be it.
But, sorry I went on a little bit of a rant there. I don't know why I was talking about NFL, but it's Sunday. It's NFL Sunday, so a lot of games today. I'm excited. I'm going to watch the Giants Saints. I'm going to record it and probably watch it after, just so I know what I'm in for. And then maybe I'll watch the Browns versus Oakland. That might be an interesting game. But here we go, The Rock beating Triple H, which obviously would probably happen. I don't see them booking Triple H over The Rock if this match happened. Because,
your winner,
you know, I just don't see it.
Now that's
But The Rock is victorious
victory.
in
These
this
guys
match. Now we have one more match until what would be my dream main event. We have the WWE Championship match. A match that has happened once, and I don't know if it's happened ever again. If it happened ever again. But it happened back in NXT, when it was the old school NXT. The competition NXT. These two guys faced off. In fact, I believe this was his first ever match in WWE. In WWE history. This was his first ever career match. Well, technically not, but when he signed, his first ever match when he first signed in 2010. This was his first match. Televised live. And you're probably already knowing who it is. It is Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan versus my man, Chris Jericho. I am super surprised they have not done this yet. Because there's obviously a storyline to it. There's history. This was Daniel Bryan's first match back in NXT. Like, this would be an incredible match. You know? Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan could put on a stellar match. Put him in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Good God, they would have a great match. But I'm surprised they haven't done this as a feud. Like Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho as a feud. How have they not done this yet? How have they not done this yet? Like, that's surprising. That's one of the many surprises. Now, Chris Jericho obviously hasn't been in the WWE that long in the past 8 years. Like, he was gone for a while after 2010. Didn't return until 2012, and then he left again and didn't really return until like a little while ago. And he wasn't in, I don't believe he was in WWE when Daniel Bryan had his big run and won the title at WrestleMania 30. So, yes, and then Daniel Bryan retired, so yeah.
The following contest
But now that he is back, now Daniel Bryan is cleared to wrestle.
And is for the WWE
If Chris Jericho returns, which I do believe he will, I do believe Chris Jericho will return to the WWE again. Maybe next year, maybe in 2 years, they have to do Chris Jericho Daniel Bryan as a feud. Chris Jericho versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania would be. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm buying it. I'm watching. If that's the match, that could be the main event of WrestleMania. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. I don't think anyone would judge Vince or WWE for making this the main event. I think a lot of people would be happy, very happy, if this was the main event of WrestleMania. But Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship, this would be what I would book. Just because these two are incredible athletes, incredible wrestlers, two of the best, and two guys that I think fans would love to see compete.
Both of these competitors think they deserve to be the champ, but only one will walk out of here with the title tonight, guys.
Yeah,
Judging from this crowd response, guys,
again,
there's no
I'm
more
surprised they
magical
haven't
place to
done
be
a
in
feud
Orlando
with
right
these
now
two.
than right here
They didn't
for
do a
this
feud with
match.
these two, but then again, Daniel Bryan retired, and Chris Jericho has been with it, Fozzy and stuff, so it's kind of been back and forth. He hasn't really Haven't really had the time to do this rivalry. But now that Daniel Bryan is clear, once Chris Jericho comes back,
you can take the rest of those championship matches. Just give me the big boys in the heavyweight division.
Which was great.
Real men
we saw Chris Jericho with Kevin Owens, which was great.
I love it.
We kind of saw Chris Jericho with Sami Zayn,
which was
came to really good.
Just if you got there.
Now we need to see Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho
tonight
in a feud.
Now we have Daniel Bryan on the attack.
For sure, we need to see those two. But
he's dodging his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
But Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho is definitely a dream feud that a lot of people would want to see. I would want to see. I think you're crazy if you wouldn't want to see Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho.
And it's a shame when icons aren't celebrated.
It'd be great.
But when it comes down to it, everybody knows.
We even have gotten to see Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. We haven't seen Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho in the main. But we probably have, and it was on an episode of Raw or something, but we need to see Chris Jericho versus Daniel Bryan in a feud for the world title.
Surprises him with the enziguri.
Sick of The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. But, yeah. By the way, I probably will be playing the Daniel Bryan 2K showcase when the game releases. Probably not right away, because we're going to be doing Universe mode.
I don't doubt that the WWE
we're going to be doing that big live stream when the game comes out.
I think that's exactly
also, I'm going to be doing career mode, so 2K showcase might happen.
He doesn't have to take the low road.
A little later in the week, the first full week of WWE 2K18 release. Probably be later in the week that we will do a the 2K showcase. Like, I'm definitely going to play the 2K showcase.
You're going to absorb some punishment in a wrestling match. It just goes along with the territory.
Question
and he
is,
knows that.
When?
I doubt he's all that concerned at this point.
When?
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake. Mark my words. He's sending a message to the entire WWE locker room here.
I'm excited. You should be excited too. WWE 2k18 looks exciting.
Daniel Bryan
it looks exciting.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Daniel Bryan, no.
Good measure.
So impressive.
I couldn't be more impressed by that combination, Michael.
He's gonna put me in the yes lock.
Daniel Bryan with a great offensive show.
He's gonna do it.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
Oh, now we're going to put him in the walls. Yes.
He's got it.
Imagine the walls versus the yes lock. Like, another thing is, if they did like an Iron Man match, 30-minute Iron Man match, or a submission match, walls versus yes lock, like, it'd be awesome. Like, it would be an awesome
damage has been done. A takedown of his shoulder.
There's so much you could do with it.
No, he kicks out at 2.5.
Oh, Daniel Bryan kicking out.
Yeah, it's going to take more than that.
He's got a finisher, so we got to watch out about that. I mean, Daniel Bryan would obviously win the feud. Daniel Bryan would obviously win the match. Like, you'd have to book Daniel Bryan to win. Then again, they did book Chris Jericho to beat AJ Styles at Wrestlemania right here. Which, I know some people were upset about. I wasn't upset about it. Sometimes you need the veterans to win.
Guys.
Like, AJ Styles in the
no question about it, Cole.
You know.
Look at this.
Like, people saying, oh, you're burying the young guys. AJ's not a young guy.
Measuring his man, center of the ring. Boom.
Oh, God.
Oh, this could be over.
Velveteen Dream is a villain.
Can he do it here?
Which, by the way, I'm super pumped to use
And there's a
Velveteen Dream in 2K19. That's why I picked him first overall in Universe
so
mode.
easily.
Because that's the guy I'm looking most forward to using.
And Liv Morgan, in there.
Obviously.
Work is being created by Daniel Bryan. Chris Jericho doing a great job of turning that around. Looking to flip the tables here.
He can turn it on in a hurry.
Chris Jericho is rolling forward right before
Come on, baby. This would be a great match. That's all I gotta say.
There it is. It's locked in. The walls. Just when you thought he had nothing left. Trust me, you do not want to get caught in that move.
Oh. Oh man, Daniel getting out of it.
Nice, but he clearly has next to nothing left to give here.
Oh, the counter. Oh, and a terrific reversal by Chris Jericho. He doesn't appear to be in a hurry to get up here.
Come on.
I just don't think he has it in him anymore.
Code breaker.
That was nasty. This one is over. There's the cover. Can he do it?
1, 2.
What is keeping
Oh, Daniel kicking out. Oh, he must have
Daniel
used his
Bryan
finisher.
somehow kicks out to continue on.
And he just keeps getting up. Showing no quit here tonight, Cole.
Wow, that was some reversal by Daniel Bryan.
Daniel.
Huge move right there.
Daniel Bryan. Oh, gosh. See, this has already been a great match. This has been a great match. Even though it's a video game, it's been a great match.
Title.
Well, Daniel
That's
Bryan,
why these
Chris
men
Jericho.
are
Put on a
putting their
clinic.
bodies, their careers on the line tonight. Oh, man, what a hit. Knocked right off the apron.
He can turn it on in a hurry.
Incoming. Doesn't show any signs of getting up here, guys. No, he's taking one heck of a beating, Michael. He's bringing it back inside the ring now.
Baby.
Going to be tough for him to fight back from this.
Well, the first thing he needs to do is get back to his feet, which is clearly easier said than done.
Just to make sure, because I don't know where he's at.
That's why these men are putting their careers on the line. That's why they may never be the same after tonight.
Oh, there we go, walls. Daniel Bryan's got a red body.
Locked in. Daniel Bryan getting absolutely punished right now.
Oh, God.
Definitely got it all that time.
Oh. And Byron, he's still down after that one. Yeah, that did some big-time damage, Mike.
Here we go, code breaker.
Textbook takedown.
Oh, it's going to be a rope break, isn't it? Nope. There we go. So Chris Jericho getting the win.
Chris Jericho got a huge
That would be a great match. No doubt about it. Great match. Chris Jericho versus Daniel Bryan. It would be an incredible match.
Here is your winner.
I'm so disappointed they didn't do Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the Universal title on WrestleMania 33. Because of freaking Goldberg.
What a back and forth battle.
So disappointed. That would have been such a great main event.
It was as if winning was the only option here tonight.
That would have been so great. Like, that needed to be for the Universal title. Like, it shouldn't have been for anything else but the Universal title. Like, but coming up next, our WrestleMania main event. Now, this match has happened 3 times, I think, at WrestleMania. So it's happened. It's happened quite a bit. But to me, this match, I would be excited if this match happened again. And it was a career versus career match. Or whatever you want. But this would be the match I'd want. And it would be The Undertaker. Versus my favorite wrestler of all time, Kane. In a Hell in a Cell match. It wouldn't be corporate Kane. No. In a Hell in a Cell match. Oh my God. Kane's only 81 overall. Sheesh. They disrespect Kane, man. Why disrespect him? But this would be my dream main event. Is Kane versus Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell in the main event of WrestleMania. Like, it would be great. This would be a great match. Hopefully the stream doesn't shut off. We're at the last match. Just let us do this last match, Internet. One more match. That's all we need to do, and we're done. We're done WrestleMania. The Undertaker. Is this going to be Undertaker's last WrestleMania? This upcoming WrestleMania, WrestleMania 35? Or is he doing another one? Like, that's the question. I mean, he's doing Super Showdown against Triple H. Is he doing another WrestleMania? And who's he doing it against? That's what. Apparently, in my universe mode that I did, where I simmed a bunch of years, he's going to face Roman Reigns for 3 straight years. That's right. He'll face Roman Reigns next year. He'll face Roman Reigns again at WrestleMania 36. Then he'll face Roman Reigns again at 37. And then there'll be 1 year where he doesn't face Roman Reigns. And then he faces Roman Reigns again at 39. So over everyone. So Triple H has faced Triple H has faced Undertaker 3 times at WrestleMania. You know what? Roman Reigns, you're facing him 6 times at WrestleMania. I don't care.
Hope so, Cole. If you don't go into every single.
But this would be now. I know that they've done this before. They've done a Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker Kane, that was back in 2010 for the world title. And I've heard it wasn't that great. I haven't seen it, but I heard it wasn't that great. But I feel like if they told a story, we're able to tell a story of this being, the 2 brothers,
Here we go, folks. It's
the Brothers of Destruction. One more match.
A doubt. This is going to be one of the most
at WrestleMania
matches we have ever witnessed.
And it's
both careers, both men
WWE
retiring,
Center, which means there are
going into the Hall of Fame next year.
Studying this one.
That's a question for you guys. Would you put Kane and Undertaker in the same Hall of Fame year? Would you put them both in the Hall of Fame the same year? That's the question.
I think we got a moment here, and for The Undertaker, what can you tell us? What do you expect his approach to be here?
I can't wait to see how this one plays out, Michael. Both of these guys look like they refuse to lose here tonight.
Hey, Michael, let's just cut to the chase. Let's see if the rest of this match is just as exciting as the beginning.
Kane versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. They'd have to climb the cell too. Maybe they, oh God, maybe Undertaker could throw Kane off the cell.
If he's not careful.
One last big move, and Kane could become there. Imagine Kane telling the people of Knoxville, being like, I was throwing off a cage for you. I was throwing off 20 feet or whatever for you guys. Off a cage
to be in right here.
at WrestleMania against my
only one other man
brother,
who could deliver the tombstone pile driver with the same power, the same force, and the same level of destruction as the Undertaker. And you're looking at him, the devil's favorite demon.
When I was a kid,
Kane.
I thought Undertaker and Kane were really brothers. Just like I thought Edge and Christian were really brothers, and I was disappointed when I found out they weren't brothers. Like, I was like, oh yeah, they're brothers. Edge and Christian, they're brothers, and then I found out they're not brothers, and I was like, so disappointed. I was disappointed they weren't brothers. Just like I was disappointed when I found out Kane and Undertaker weren't brothers, because I thought they were brothers.
And that's exactly what we are seeing.
Kane's tombstone pile driver
when you're
is
a
an
kid and
instrument
watch
of destruction.
something, you always think, I thought these 2 were brothers for real, not just wrestling.
He's in control now.
That'll readjust your spine.
And I was so disappointed when I found out they weren't actually brothers.
Undertaker! The Undertaker got him there.
Maybe this will be the shortest WrestleMania match in history.
And he goes for the pin.
1, 2, 3. There you go. That lasted like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. But Kane is rated very weak in this game, only 81. But there you guys go. That is my dream card for WrestleMania.
Here is your winner,
which ends off with The Undertaker winning and beating Kane. Personally, I'd have Kane beat The Undertaker.
I could watch them go at it each and every week.
No reason, just because, Kane's my favorite.
It'll be interesting to see the fallout following this big singles win here tonight.
Yeah. Undertaker, Kane, Hell in a Cell to end the show. What a WrestleMania. This was fun. This was fun to stream. I loved it. You know, a lot of great matches. There were some mistakes. Obviously, sometimes we used the wrong arena. But, yeah, it is what it is. We will be doing... I don't know what stream we'll be doing next. I think my sister wants to do her WrestleMania Dream card, which is going to be another long event. So, I don't know what our next stream will be. We'll maybe do another stream today. I'm hoping to do Madden today. The Madden franchise. Me and my sister will both be picking a Madden team. And also, I might be watching football all day. So, there's a possibility that I won't be streaming again today because I'll be watching football. Because I got to watch my Giants game. And I might watch... I don't know what else. Also... Oh, never mind, it's not Monday. I was going to say Monday Night Raw's on, but nope. But, yeah. So, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.